praise. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving. Come before his courts with praise. And be thankful unto him. His holy God, he is worthy to be praised. Come on, y'all, put those hands together. God is glorified. Magnify. Shout hallelujah. Yes, he is. He is worthy of all your praise. Be glorified. Get up and magnify him. He's worthy of the glory. To me. Come on, y'all feel a praise up in here. Come on, somebody just sleep for y'all. Come on. Tell your neighbor, give me some room, give me some room. Because it's been so good. It's been so kind. Nobody but Jesus could do it. just got one more praise. I 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 got one more praise. Jeremiah said, just like fire. Shut up in my Come on, stand on your feet and clap your hands with us. Making room for me, for the blessings and favor yet to receive. My mind is ready, my heart believe. The praise is making room for me. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, my praise. For the blessings and favor. My mind is ready, my belief. Praise is making room for me. Something making room for me. The presence and glory yet to be revealed. The Lord has been so good to me. I want something making room for me. We about ready to go home. Grew up in a good old Baptist church. Praise Him. Praise Him. Praise Him. Praise Him. Jesus, blessed Savior, He's worthy to be praised. Come on and say, praise Him. Come on and lift your voice and say, praise Him. Come on, get your whole church and say it. Praise Him. Oh, He's worthy. Praise Him. Say, Jesus, Jesus, blessed Savior, blessed Savior. Oh, He's worthy. He's worthy. Hey. Oh, from the rising of the sun, until the going down of the same. He's worthy. He's worthy. Jesus, He's worthy. Worthy to be praised. Come on and say praise Him. Oh, He's worthy of the glory and all of the praise. Come on, say Jesus, blessed Savior. He's worthy, worthy to Oh, yes, he is in here. Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice. You better rejoice and be glad in it. And so we bring you greetings from Birmingham Bible Church worldwide, from wherever you are. We'd like to thank you for joining us here on today. From the United States or around the world, we welcome you. And so it is 12 noon and Central Standard Time, and you know what time it is. This is our segment called Winning Wednesdays. And this is a time that we like to remind everybody that you are a winner, that you have the victory. That's right. God has given you the victory, and he will continue to give you the victory, because he that has begun a good work in you will continue until it is finished, until it is completed, until he comes back. And so if you're new, we like to also use this time to empower you, to educate you about current topics that are happening in our world, that are happening in your community. And so, of course, we need you to share this information. If you're on Facebook, you can share it. If you're on YouTube, we are under BHAM BC. Please subscribe to that channel. If you're on Twitter, we are under TCOWI.org. And then on Instagram today, we are under Dr. J.H. Mason, 3 Eyes. Well, it is summertime, and you know what that means. People are vacationing, there's family outings, we're having cookouts. People think COVID is over, so all of us are just out and about in the streets and doing everything we want to do. And so, you know what else? School is out, and the children are at home. And so if you're like me, you want to give them something to do to keep them occupied. You don't want them eating up everything in the house and sucking up all the AC. At least that's what I like to say. And so I figure, us parents, us guardians, grandparents, we need a little help. And so we brought on Nicole Ivory, reached out to her because she is truly the guru in all of this. She has a lot of valuable resources for us to give them some things to do. And so she's just a jack of all trades. I love her spirit, her personality. She's so funny. When I talk to her, it's like I could just keep talking and keep talking and keep talking. Like, we got to cut off in a moment. But she's such a great person, great personality. And so at this time, I want you to listen to Miss Nicole Ivory as she brings forth some great information about resources that we can give our children while they're out during the summer. Hello, Nicole or Nikki.
Hello, how are you doing? Nicole and Nikki, it's all good. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I'm just blessed to be here. Thanks for inviting me. I always have a great time when I speak with y'all. I love your audience. I love your energy. And I love the fact that Birmingham Bible Church is sharing such great information with all of their the audience here. And I really pray that everybody listens to each Winning Wednesday. I know I have, and it has been a blessing to my life. So I just pray that everyone continues to do that. I've learned so much from health, from everything, finances. And today we're going to talk about summer programs to keep your little ones, entertained. I don't know about you, but my daughter loves to be on her tablet or a cell phone, and it drives me crazy. So I'm like, no, we have to replace this with something productive. And I just want to encourage the parents that even though it's the summertime, we don't want to have a brain drain, right? Especially for our community, a lot of our kids lose all of their knowledge that they have received from the previous year. And as you know, this past year has been extremely challenging. So a lot of our students are already off on the wrong foot anyway. So we don't want them to lose the information that they did receive. And this is the time now to take it up a notch, to actually put them in front of material that's actually going to propel them for the next school year. So everybody get your pen and paper ready, or get your cell phone, do the screenshots. But we have a lot of exciting information to present today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Give me one moment, okay? It's coming now. Oh.
No problem.
And just say summer fun when you can see it.
Perfect.
Awesome, awesome. So yes, so today we're going to talk about a lot, okay? And I'll try to be as concise as possible. Lady Pam, I do talk a lot, so so I'll try not to go on and on. But I'm really excited about these opportunities. And I know when I was researching them, when I was actually contacting a lot of the directors, speaking to them one-on-one, our conversations went long as well because it was just really exciting about how much information is out there for our little ones. So today we'll talk about the in-person and virtual summer camps. We have a lot of resources to give you, reading clubs that are available, volunteer opportunities that are available, and then, of course, free things to do in Birmingham. And we're going to start it off with the free things to do in Birmingham first. But just a little bit about myself. So I'm actually I have a 8-year-old daughter, and her name is Ivana. Everybody knows her as Dr. Vani. She's actually an aspiring obstetrician. So I just want to tell parents, whatever your child tells you they want to do at an early age, definitely listen to them. I know I was 6 years old when I said I wanted to become an entrepreneur, and that's what I have become. So once you see those talents or those gifts from your kids, definitely hone in on those gifts and try to put them in front of what can make them very successful in the future. But as you can see here, we do everything. We love to travel. We're always doing day trips, cruises, resorts. We just have a lot of fun. I actually used to own a travel company for 10 years that specialized in group travel. So my specialty was to give that fun experience to my clients, especially those who were doing family reunions or doing seminars at sea with church groups. So and currently what I do now, I'm actually a principal or founder of AI Mutual, which is an insurance company, and it specializes in creating generational wealth, okay, for my clients. And in addition to that, I'm a podcaster. So definitely go to YouTube and look up Just Ask Nicole. We do a lot of informational topics for particularly the Black community. So we may have information on there about insurance or generational wealth or just knowing our Black history, okay? So as you can see, my daughter and I, we love to have fun. And just like your kids, you want them to have a fun and safe summer, okay? So our youth today have many more advantages than we had. Not only can they ride their bikes, play in the pool, but now they can actually take cooking classes, music classes, or STEM classes. And some of these can be online now. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So Birmingham, things to do. And the reason why I selected Birmingham, of course, we have Birmingham Bible Church is located in the city. But then also we have people who are traveling this summer who may not know where they want to go. And maybe Birmingham was not on your radar. But I have great news for you. I think you should look twice at Birmingham. It's a very historical city, and it's a lot of fun. So there's a lot of free events to do as well. And then if you are local to Birmingham, I say, hey, why not act like a tourist for a day with your family or for a week? You can actually get a hotel at a nearby, you can get a room at a nearby hotel and do a staycation for your family, enjoy all the amenities at the hotel, and then just enjoy all the destinations here in Birmingham, Alabama. I know I personally have done that in Dallas and in Waco, and it's a lot of fun. And if you look like a tourist, you'll be amazed about how much information you'll receive from the locals, and you'll find out something new as well. All right, so on the following slides, you will learn more about the organization, their hours of operation, cost of activity, and the location and contact information. So this one right here, speaking of historical city, you have to visit the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, okay? This museum actually tells the Birmingham civil and human rights story. As you can tell, since the whole George Floyd event last year, it's more important now than ever to know our history. This particular museum also sponsors culture awareness programs. So I love that because they're actually uniting all of the races, diversity together so that way we can understand our story and how they can relate their story to ours, okay? The more we learn about other cultures, the more united we can become. So a lot of these destinations that I'm speaking of today, They have different hours now than you may have seen if you visited this before, maybe a year ago, due to COVID. But they are closed on Sunday and Monday. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. As you can see, the hours are here. The price for basically age 4 into adulthood is $15, and then they have a slight discount if you're a senior college student or if you're in the military, it's $13. And this is the location here. Definitely go visit that website. They do have an exhibit coming up next month for A.G. Gaston, and they will be speaking about his legacy. So check them out. Next, I love art. My daughter loves art. It's just a lot of fun. Sometimes people think museums are boring, and they're not. When you go there, there's so much information. The sculptures that's on display are very interesting. And then also, when you speak to the individuals who work there, sometimes they give tours. Definitely take those tours. These people have so much wealth and knowledge. I remember I was in Puerto Rico, and I did an art museum there. And when I tell you, the guide had so much information, and plus he also gave it to me from his perspective, from his cultural identity, that perspective. So it was just amazing. So Birmingham Museum of Art, they connect citizens to the experience, meaning, and joy of art. They have over 27,000 paintings, sculptures, prints, drawings from cultures all around the world. So this is a great time for you to bring your kids here to learn about other cultures, okay? Here are the times here. Now, they are closed on Mondays and major holidays, but they're pretty much open every other day. And the cool thing about this is their admission is free. So it doesn't matter when you go, their admission is free. So definitely check them out. Also, too, if you wanted to rent a venue, rent the space here, they have that available too if you have a wedding coming up or know someone who does, or even a birthday, okay? All right, Golden Flake Potato Chips Tour. I thought this was so fun and unique. I love tours. I love excursions. And so basically, as you see here, they actually create potato chips. It's a potato chip company. So they actually have an interactive 30 to 45-minute tour that will show you how they produce these snacks, okay? And they have a whole line, just not this, but they have a whole line that you'll see. So you're in the factory checking it out, get to have your hard hat on, right? Pretty amazing. And here's the tour. There's absolutely no cost. But the catch is, you definitely have to let them know in advance that you're coming, and you have to receive approval from the company to take the tour. Just due to COVID, they have smaller group sizes now for the tour, so you have to make sure that you receive an email confirmation from them. They will not take walk-ups, okay? But how exciting is that? And you'll probably even get to receive some free bag of chips at the end of the tour. All right, so the Birmingham Botanical Gardens, this is amazing. I love this because it's just very serene. If you want a day where you're not doing too much, sometimes when we go to amusement parks, it's really, really busy. But if you want a day that's a little bit more laid back, I would suggest going to Birmingham Botanical Gardens. They have 67.5 acres of 30 themed gardens. So they have their gardens of collection, gardens of nature, and gardens of culture. Some other exciting events that they have here that I placed on this particular slide is that they actually have flicks among the flowers. So their next flick or movie will take place on Wednesday, July 28th at 8:15 p.m., just when the sun is about to start going down, okay? And the movie that they'll be showing is Grease. Now, it's free to attend, but of course they do accept donations, and they suggest a $5 donation, okay? Also, Birmingham Botanical Gardens offers yoga classes. How relaxing is that to do yoga amongst the flowers of the gardens? And so those classes are $12 per session, and they happen pretty much every day. So definitely visit their website to view all of the upcoming events, and then take your family for a day at the gardens. And again, it's free admission. So just go there and relax, take wonderful pictures, and have some fun. This was very interesting too. So Sloss Furnaces. Again, this is more historical. When I was reading about this, it kind of reminded me of like the JFK site that we have here, because you can rent the space. They have guided and self-guided tours as well in Dallas. But Sloss Furnaces is the same. It's a National Historic Landmark. and explains the science, history, and social themes associated with Sloss furnaces. So again, if you want to learn something different that may be outside of what you would normally be interested in, I say go here, okay? Again, it's another day that's totally free, free general information for everyone. Now, they are closed on both Sundays and Mondays, but they are open Tuesday through Saturday, but it's by appointment only, okay? So the person you need to contact is Tyler, and I have his contact information here so that you and your family can schedule a day to come on out to Sloss Furnaces. All right, so now we're going to talk about the summer camps. First, we're going to start with the in-person camps, and then we'll move on to the virtual camps. So I wanted to first begin with something that we're all familiar with, but sometimes we kind of overlook the familiar things. But YMCA, of course, we know that they're national. They have excellent activities for families because YMCA is geared towards families. So they really try to have a lot of exciting programs throughout the year. And I definitely say check with your local YMCA because they definitely offer engaging activities, including STEM-based projects, swimming, sports, games, arts and crafts, and more. My daughter has participated in YMCAs before. I actually grew up on YMCAs, so I love YMCAs personally. Now, they do have a cost for their summer clubs, and it's $150 per child per week. Now, they do offer scholarships as well, and that's just one thing I want to say about all of the programs today. I try to put as many free programs as possible, but some of them do have a cost to it. But I want to remind everyone that scholarships are often and most times available. You do have to, of course, fill out an application for that or receive approval. But definitely always ask every time. I don't care what group it is, what company it is, always ask if they have scholarships, okay? And sometimes people advertise that they do, some people don't, but that doesn't mean that they don't have them. So definitely check. The other thing too is we're still technically in COVID. We're still receiving COVID grants and everything. And
Hey, Nikki, I lost your voice there.
want to help out where they can, okay? So check out that. But yeah, so this is $150 a week per child. Now, I did check. Some locations have specific weeks available, while others are on a wait list, okay? And then a lot of these companies that we'll talk to you about that are in person are practicing COVID procedures. We're excited that everything is opening back up. We're happy that kids don't just have to be online all the time, but we also want to reassure parents that that they are taking necessary steps to keep your kids safe and healthy. So once you go to these locations, even if you wanted to take a tour before you sign up, you'll see that hand washing is mandatory. Face coverings must be worn while indoors. Kids should not attend if they're feeling sick or ill, okay, or have fever or chills. The facilities are nice and clean, and they disinfect everything prior to opening and closing each day. High touch areas. We know those high touch areas where you get the water, where you open up the doors. Those are disinfected regularly. And then, of course, the daily child and staff survey must be completed each day. I know my daughter had to complete, well, she didn't really have to complete, she was virtual, but her classmates had to complete it each day. For those who attended in-person option at her school this year, every day they had to fill out if they were around people outside of their family, if they traveled outside of the country, if they have any fevers or chills. And they had to do that every single day. And it really worked out because they really did not have a COVID outbreak at her school. And there are 9 locations to choose from. Those include Alabaster, Downtown, Greystone, Hoover, Mountain Brook, Pelham, Shays Valley, and Trustville. So you probably heard a location that's close or nearest to you. Definitely contact them for specific information about which weeks are available. The Silver Gloves, and yes, they spell gloves, G-L-O-V-E-Z. And this was really nice. I had a really great conversation with the director of this organization. lots of high energy. I loved his energy and his passion surrounding this. This particular director used to play, baseball. He also was very heavily on the news. He majored in marketing and communications, and he was a TV anchor, a sports anchor, excuse me. So anyways, he started this one organization for youth, and this is going to be for our middle school and high school kids. And, basically he's given these individuals a way to learn about baseball. He loves baseball. That was his favorite sport. And he wanted to share this experience with the youth today. But not only just teaching these kids through the academy that he has, which is pretty awesome. And we'll go into that a little bit more. But then he also has a showcase that he does. So let's go back to the Baseball Academy first, so I don't skip that. Now, this Baseball Academy is Monday through Thursday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's just $20 per session. And I think that's very affordable for our parents. They don't have to show up every day. Of course, your kid would receive the maximum instruction if they did attend 4 days a week, but it's whatever you can afford as well, right? So if you're able to do 1 day a week, that's totally fine. And I really like this because it's for fourth grader through eighth graders, but it's introducing them to the world of baseball. It's teaching them about team, being a part of a team, and then also just being responsible and being dependable, because you have to show up on time, and just showing that camaraderie between their teammates. So I'm sure they'll meet a lot of new friends. And then the baseball showcase. So once these kids continue every year honing their skills on baseball, like, they're going to be top notch, right? So the baseball showcase is actually for those who are experienced in baseball. Okay. So these are going to be for the high school kids, and it goes on into junior college. So these kids here are going to be in front of scouts. All right, baseball scouts, sports scouts, who are looking to either A, have you come to their college to play, or B, have you play directly for their team. So you literally could go from high school and on to a team and make money, right? Or you can actually go from high school to a college and receive a 4-year scholarship, baseball scholarship. So it's pretty awesome. This is a baseball showcase. You want to show off all your talents and skills. It's from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Only costs $80 for both days, and it includes a lunch. Definitely arrive before start time, because he was a stickler. He says they start exactly at 7 a.m. Okay, so you cannot be late. Bring your own equipment. They will not have equipment for you to rent or to use. Okay, you can register before July 19th, or you can just show up that day. He says if you show up that day, you need to be there at 6 a.m. to register. Also, he informed me that students from all over attend this. Okay, so athletes travel from Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, you name it, to come here, because this is where the scholarships and the money is. All right, so if you know someone who's really awesome in baseball, please inform them about this opportunity. And again, if you have kids from 4th through 8th grade, who are interested in baseball, have them start learning about this every year and practice it every year. So that way, when they become high school age or junior college, they can take advantage of this opportunity. All right. And the contact information is below. And his name is Brett Oates, who's the director. Awesome. So this right here is so cool. This is the University of Alabama at Birmingham. And one thing I just want to preface before I continue talking about this, of course, I researched University of Alabama at Birmingham, but these type of opportunities exist at a lot of major colleges all throughout the United States. So for instance, I'm in Texas. Look up youth activities, youth programs, summer camps, things for inner city students at all of these particular colleges in your area. So here, Texas would be SMU, Baylor, UT. They have so much, opportunities. When you go to this website below, you're going to be like, wow, I'm impressed. You're going to see stuff for elementary, middle school, and high school. You're going to see things from STEM initiatives, science camps, math camps, They even have opportunities for internships for those who can even receive like a 4-year scholarship after completing particular programs. Okay, so you want to, I know it's a lot of research in some cases, but definitely check out your local colleges first, and even your community colleges in your areas to see if they offer youth programs. And if you don't want to do all of the colleges, that's fine. If you know your child is interested in medicine, just look at all the medicine colleges. Colleges that specialize in medicine, or colleges, that specialize in whatever they want to do, and then look to see what programs they offer for your children. So this particular one here offers CORD, and that's with 2 C's. It's called Center for Community Outreach Development, and they provide educational opportunities, again, for the elementary, middle school, and high school students. I actually spoke with the director. She's amazing. She is out this week. She'll be back next week. Now, she did tell me that they still have middle school slots available. Now, I know it's almost July, so we're getting kind of started a little bit late. So the thing is, you want to start as early as possible to register your students because a lot of these opportunities, in most cases, are free. Some of these do cost money, like this particular one here. But so one suggestion is this fall is coming up. If you go to some of these websites, they'll say, hey, you can register in the fall or you can register in the spring. So make sure you have your list available that you want to go to, so you can know, or put it on your calendar as a reminder, so you'll know when is the time for you to register your children for these opportunities, because it's kind of like a first come, first serve. You still have to complete registration in some cases, or an application, or if you're trying to get a scholarship, for them to pay for, you have to fill in and present all the materials so you can get approved. So it's a process. So you want to make sure you have everything on your calendar so you can participate. So again, middle school slots are still available. So go online, and I have the website here. Submit your application today. It is $175 plus a $50 non-refundable deposit. Again, scholarships are available. So don't let money, blind you, or just say, oh, I don't want to pay that. Or sometimes people don't want to pay it, right? But say no, just check for the scholarships. And again, the summer science camp for the middle school is from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. And this is awesome. So definitely check there. Okay. Let's see if there's anything you want to say on that. That's good. Awesome. All right, Magic City Music Academy. So I had the pleasure of speaking with Joe Jenkins as well. He is the owner and founder of several music entities under the umbrella of Magic City Music for Kids. So he is an accomplished musician, and then he started this, so many years ago, his specialty for kids. He actually has musical programs at schools that kids would actually sign up at these various schools in the city to participate in his program. But outside of that, he still has a physical location where kids can physically come to his place of business to receive lessons, music lessons. Okay, so some styles of music that he offers, or some classes that he offers, is general music, choir, piano, drum, and voice lessons. So here you see I put some of the hours and costs for things that are available. He has lab style music lessons, which are $20 for 30 minutes. Private lessons for $40 for 30 minutes. Yearly registration is $30 per individual or $40 per family. So that's really good. He is open Monday through Friday between 3:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. The contact information is here. It's below. But yes, so definitely if you have your kids attend this during the summer, check with him to see if your school is a part of his program, because then they can just register at the school and take his program at the school, most likely after school, or sometimes during school if they have the classes during school. All right. So now we're going to move on to summer camps that are virtual. So this is going to be for all of my Birmingham residents, plus anyone who's listening from all over the United States. So I love She Digital. First of all, I can testify that this is an excellent program. My daughter has already attended 2 of her art coding classes and will attend her artificial intelligence class that begins July, this next month. The instructor has students do positive affirmations. I remember hearing that in one of her classes, and I thought that was amazing that they were telling themselves how unique, how special that they are. Because I just personally think we need to make sure our kids have a strong strong image of themselves. So outside of that, she believes in that too. She believes in that positive reinforcement. Very patient with the kids. I know she was doing a lot of one-on-one. The classes are really small, so from like 7 to 8 students, so she can really give that personalized attention. But I love She Digital. So what is She Digital? She Digital is a STEAM educational workshop for elementary through college level age students. Some of their classes include STEAM engineer, so that's pretty awesome, where they're teaching kids how to become an engineer. They talk about robotics, coding, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and web apps. And so I know she has another course coming up teaching kids how to create a web app business. Like, how awesome is that? This is where we are today. We keep telling people we're moving to a global society. We're moving to a more, technical society, computer age. We're here. We're living it. We're not moving. We're living it right now. And so you want to make sure your kids don't have to learn this in college, because they're going to be behind if they're just now starting to learn about these things in college. You want them to learn about this as early as possible so it can just become second nature to them. They're already playing the games. I mentioned they're already playing Roblox. They're already playing Minecraft. Why not learn how to create that? Why not learn how to create the coding behind that? So now they can start their own businesses, or they can actually, become employed with jobs that are 6 figures, once they graduate, either from high school or college. Because once you have these skills and receive those certifications, that's what people are looking for. All right. And so I say this is an investment. It does cost $150 per class, and usually those classes last for 4 weeks. So definitely visit the website, look at the dates and times of sessions available. But again, her classes teaches kids about Python, Sparrow, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is stuff that adults are doing. Okay, so there is a $5 code off of her classes, and that code is Kids Win. So go ahead and put in that code and receive that discount and sign up today. So we've all heard of the Black Girls Magic. Well, that kind of comes from coding, right? Black Girls Rock, Black Girls Code, and I love that. So when that whole theme kicked off, I was really excited that they started to focus on the careers that can make Black Girl Magic, right? They started focusing on the STEM or STEAM activities that will propel our kids to be successful in the future. So this virtual STEM, and STEM is science, technology, engineering, math, okay? So this STEM experience for students, actually in this particular case, is going to apply to all genders. So I like how they say all genders, but to the boys and girls, okay, between the ages of 7 and 17. So although it says Black Girls Code, sometimes when organizations don't have a lot of people to sign up, they'll open it up to everyone. So this is pretty awesome. So both your sons and daughters between the ages of 7 and 17 can actually register for this particular program that's going to be teaching them about robotics, game design, iOS app development. That's for everybody with the iPhones and everything like that, okay? They're learning valuable social and communication lessons through role-playing, games, and hands-on techniques, okay? So again, you see that $299 per student. This is virtual. Scholarships are available. So go to blackgirlscode.com and then check to see the dates and times that are available and which session you want to register. Again, they have many sessions you can choose from, okay? So imagine, build, create. Your child can do that. We want to start putting that in the minds of our child. It's not for other people to do. It's for them to do. And they can do it. This builds up their confidence. This builds up their skill level, okay? And it's teaching them about business. They can own their own businesses, people. I mean, how amazing is that if they had their own coding business, or where they're doing all the coding for all these companies out there? Like, they can make the money and receive those contracts. So ID Tech. ID Tech is pretty awesome. This program is actually used by the University of Alabama at Birmingham. But of course, it's its own entity. So because the one at Birmingham Institute this summer, University of Birmingham, Alabama this summer is already full, but that's okay. You can still just go directly to ID Tech to still register for their programs. So they have virtual tech camps that include the hottest curriculum, like we talked about with She Digital, with Python, Java, Minecraft, Roblox, Unity, Adobe, 3D modeling, and more. So again, they offer one-on-one virtual tutoring as well, and small group learning is also available in case you want your kids to get more specialized attention. Visit their website, idtech.com, to look at their costs, also to see when their upcoming classes begin. Now, again, so this summer, the University of Alabama at Birmingham is full. However, check back this fall to register your kids for the in-person experience for 2022, okay? All right, so the Birmingham Regional Empowerment and Development Center, also known as BRED, they are sponsoring the Flying Classroom virtual camp. And you have the gentleman who's going to be leading it down here. I also put the website video. Check him out. This brother is pretty sharp, okay? He is on his game. His name is Captain Barrington Irving, okay? He's going to have these kids doing so much stuff. They're going to make rubber band helicopters. They're going to make buoyant boats. They're going to dissect a cow's eyeball. And the cool thing about it is, this stuff is going to be mailed to the kids, because you're like, how are they going to do all this? I mean, it sounds like hands-on stuff. Yeah, this is a hands-on class. It's free. It's a free virtual camp. It's only, though, with partner schools, okay? So, and I'll list, I'll give you the list of the partner schools in a minute. But all materials will be mailed to you. So you see this box right here. It's called Flying Classroom Materials Kit. And so this particular kit is the coral reef restoration. All right, but they will actually be mailing this to you. The dates of this camp is July 9th through the 16th from 9 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Again, check out that video. It's very amazing. And then the partner schools that they work with are Glen Iris Elementary School, Martha Gaskins Elementary, Norwood Tigers, Ossie Ware Mitchell Middle School, William E. Putnam Middle School, and Wilkerson Middle School, okay? So you probably heard a middle school that your child attends, or a niece or nephew or a friend or neighbor. Let them know about this, okay? You don't want them to miss out on this. Once you see the video, you're gonna be very impressed, and it's free, okay? So check it out, make sure you get on the list. Another thing too about everything I'm showing you today is you wanna make sure your child gets on their list. Once your child is on a list, they will forever be introduced or invited to attend future opportunities. So you want to make sure that you're on a mailing list, even if it's some opportunities on here that you're like, I don't want my child to participate in this year. That's okay. Still go to the website, register them, or become a part of their mailing list. So that way you will never miss out on a future opportunity.
Hey, Nikki.
Yes.
Did you say they dissect a cow's eyeball?
Yes, they dissect a cow's eyeball.
Lord.
I remember growing up, I dissected a frog.
Exactly.
Yes. What else I dissected? I dissected a couple of things, but not a cow's eyeball.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, this must be new. I guess they're just trying to figure out to do something with that part, but
I guess so.
I'd rather dissect it than eat it, you know?
Okay, then carry on.
That should be very interesting. But and so next we're going to move on to my favorite place. I love the library, you guys. I'm such a library buff. But the Birmingham Public Library, again, this is one of those places where people just kind of overlook sometimes. It's in your community, but you don't really think about going there all the time. man, why not the Birmingham Public Library and just libraries in general? They have so much wealth of knowledge, information. The librarians who are there are very knowledgeable. Just talk to them. You'll be amazed where the conversation goes, the resources that they can give you, the books that they know just off the top of their head that may be specific to something of your interest. And now, even with Birmingham Public Library, there's a link on there where they have up and coming releases of new books that are coming out. So even if you didn't want to go to Barnes and Nobles to buy them, you can put your name on the list, and then they will, once it's available, they will just have it available for you can pick up. So that's pretty awesome. So you can be up to date with all of the latest book releases. But the library sponsors virtual activities, so that's why I put them down here. And their virtual activities or workshops or webinars include coding. They have their Tech Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, arts and crafts, cooking and dance class. And I love this because it covers the gamut. It's just not all technology. I know I've been talking a lot about technology because that's important, but our wealth is important too. But our wellness is important as well. We have to make sure that our kids are eating right, that they're exercised, that they're engaged, that they're emotionally stable, right? That they're social, that they have friends. And then arts and crafts, it's a lot of fun, but not only is it fun, it utilizes that brain, right? So the creative side of your brain, you want your kids to, again, be engaged in multiple areas, not just one thing. You want them to get the maximum experience out of life. Cooking classes, how fun is that? That they'll be online, they'll, of course, tell you the ingredients that you need prior to that, okay? But you can cook with other kids. From the comfort of your own home. And then, hey, they can serve it to the parents. You know, how awesome is that? Maybe they can actually have this whole restaurant experience and then type up a menu and then just cater to their parents that night or their guardians. I think that would be so awesome. And then the dance class, they offer many dance classes. I know here just says dance, but they have many forms of art of dance. So I think it's really awesome for kids to learn those different forms of art, so dance, and then they can pick and choose which one's the best, and kind of then the parents can maybe put them in classes of that particular dance style. The amazing thing again about the library that I love is it's free. So all you have to do is register your child. And I know especially last year, man, those technology classes go really fast because they have the Roblox and Minecraft. So soon as, again, you want to make sure you receive notifications, or if you know, hey, those classes happen every Saturday and they allow you to register for them the previous Friday. Like on Friday, I don't care what you're doing on Friday, stop what you're doing, go on there and register, because those classes fill up so quickly. And everything's on a first come, first serve basis. So the calendar is here for Birmingham Public Library. And then just go on there and register. And if you don't have a library card, get a library card. The only thing you need to do is show that you're a resident in that area. And this is for anyone, no matter where you're living. Just show that you're a resident. So they may need to see just some documentation that shows your address. But definitely get that. Make sure you register, put your name on a list to receive updates. Constantly look at their community calendar. Another thing too that I didn't put here, but that is also engaging, is Barnes and Nobles. Barnes and Nobles, make sure you register to be a part of their mailing list. I receive communication each month with a calendar showing me about all the virtual activities that's available. So I remember one month they actually had Barack Obama speaking. Now, of course, all of these are pre-recorded, so I couldn't ask any questions, right? But, you know, they may have certain topics. They may have new book releases where you're getting to hear directly from the author, right? There may be even movies coming out where you get to hear about, you get to hear from the director as well. And then they even have story time. So if you have some little ones who want to hear a story being read to them aloud, then definitely check Barnes and Nobles. Go to their website, get on the list. And then what's so cool is they have books associated with each of these events. They even have a book club. So you can actually purchase the book and then join the activity. So very nice. All right, Breakthrough Collaborative. Breakthrough Collaborative inspires students, they develop teachers. So it's a twofold, right? So I know we have a lot of teachers out there. Check this out. I know we're talking about the kids today, but this may be something, or aspiring teachers, this may be something you're interested in as well. I thought it was very neat when I went to their website that they're actually teaching our teachers how to be engaged with diverse cultures, right? I love that. Because sometimes we may have, especially out of when you graduate, in order to get your loan or student loans paid, they may put you in a school that's inner city. Well, this particular organization teaches you how to work with inner city students, you know, and it's a lot of fun. As you can see, everybody's having a great time, and they have a summer 2021 summer virtual program that focuses on mentorship, relationships. That is so huge. We don't talk about that enough. I personally had a mentors, plural, when I was in high school, and that was very valuable to me. They have access to scholarships and opportunities, jobs that, you know, we would just normally never have access to. So building relationships is important. We have to start teaching our kids that early, okay? Of course, they have the STEM projects available, and then humanities. I love this. They're teaching kids about the importance of reading and writing through the social justice lens. So now they can fight for social justice. So I like this because, you know, sometimes we look at the news, or these kids, even though they're kids, they kind of they may not know everything that's happening around them, but they know that there's some, you know, maybe injustices happening around them. And what can they do about it on a student level? There's a lot that they can do. I remember seeing this one, it was a documentary about these students who were concerned about the environment. And a lot of young people are concerned about the environment. And when I tell you, these students were just amazing. They were doing better, in my opinion, than us adults. And so, but they had to be able to write. They were at the, you know, the hearings or whatever in Congress, you know, with some of their lawyers and representatives. So they learned a lot, not just about the importance of making sure our world is intact, right, for generations to come, but just everything behind the scenes to be able to encourage or persuade others to see their point of view, to where either we will receive dollars, you know, funding behind that project, or maybe have laws change. So very interesting, but these people, they do that as well. And then also they feature some awesome enrichment experiences, include electives, guest speakers, and public speaking opportunities. So if you want your student or your child to develop their public speaking opportunities, this is great to do. Even when they're in school, have them participate in the debate club. Okay, a debate club is pretty amazing. Great opportunity for them to do that. And again, this is free, but an application must be submitted. The summer program is happening now, so June 14th through July 23rd, Monday through Fridays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Here's the website below, so go ahead and get registered, okay? All right, so now we have our Bold Girls Rock, all right? I love all this stuff about the girls and how we're encouraging our youth today. I remember I actually had a song, because I used to be a teacher for young kids at my church, and I was like, blessings totally rock, but now we can say Bold Girls totally rock, right? And so they actually have a Girls Rock Birmingham camp. It's an intensive 5-day program for girls ages 10 through 16. So this is strictly for girls. The other one, Black Girls Code, was for girls and boys. This one is strictly for girls. But for those who love music, this is what they need to be a part of. It features instrument instruction, workshops, songwriting, band practice, and live performances by visiting artists, and a showcase concert. So again, this is all going to be via online. I did put the program of events, and so you go to their Google link, and it's pretty amazing. It's very informative. So I can put everything here, but check it out. See if your daughter wants to do something like this. You have to submit an application to be approved, but it is free. The summer program begins next month. It's for just a few days, for 1 week, but July 20th through the 24th, and it begins each day at 2:00 p.m. And so go to girlsrockbham.org. Swan School of Protocol. All right, so again, this is another program that I can attest to. My daughter actually participated in the virtual etiquette classes for children, and she loved it. She met so many friends online. She has more confidence now. She now understands how to relate to adults because they teach that as well. So I definitely encourage you to have your children and teens attend this. Why did I want her to attend this? Well, she said she wants to be a doctor. I said, okay, well, you're going to have to be in formal situations where you're going to have to know, how to eat at upscale, dining places, the venue, excuse me. And then also, too, I want her to be able to socialize with everyone on their level, okay? So I like how they talked about how talking to a kid is different than talking to an adult. All right. And there were different forms for that. And they understood that, at the conclusion of the call. And they have a lot of role playing. So she was able to role play one-on-one with different buddies on the call. So now she has friends as well. Very affordable cost, $40 per student for the virtual option, because again, they have it in person there in California, but the virtual option is $40. So check their website for dates and times that's available. Awesome. So again, I'm always looking for those unique experiences. I know my daughter wants to be in the medical field, but for those who want to be in the law field, this is the opportunity for them. Okay, so again, University of Alabama at Birmingham, they have a pre-law summer camp. Check it out. This is stuff you don't want to miss. This is stuff that's very unique, that enhances the resume, that gets their college's attention when they're trying to submit their college applications to be accepted. This is going to give your kids the actual view or the actual knowledge of the particular industry that they're really in. Sometimes we may say we want to do this, we want to do that, but we have no clue. We have never talked to anyone who's working in that field. We have not, interned there. We just don't know. But this is definitely that intense courtroom trial experience. It's available for high school students, and it's going to prepare them for pre-law studies and law school. So this is going to take place July 11th through the 17th. And this is really great because, again, they're going to meet one-on-one with practicing attorneys. They can experience campus life. So now they get to see what's college life all about. Plus, they get to improve their presentation skills, which is extremely important being a lawyer, and much, much more. Again, this has a cost to it. I look at this as an investment. For freshmen and sophomores, it's $149 plus the $100 registration fee. For juniors and seniors, it's $349 plus the $100 registration fee. It is going to be held online, okay? So go to this website below to get signed up. Now we're going to move on to reading clubs. And I had to kick it off, Lady Pam, with Birmingham, Alabama, Birmingham Bible Church, okay? So the summer reading program that you have, when I saw that on Facebook, I thought that was totally amazing. Nobody else is offering anything like that. We want our kids to be engaged this summer, to read as many books as possible. They always say reading is fundamental, but reading is extremely important. Our kids don't read enough. I was just reading about how a lot of kids, most households don't even own any books. How are your kids going to read if they don't own any books? So purchasing books is extremely important. Sometimes people think purchasing books is a lot of money because you say, oh, I don't want to go to Barnes and Nobles to purchase those new books. You can go to Half Price Bookstore. Amazon.com has a lot of inexpensive books. You can go to your local library. And sometimes in the front of the library, they have magazines or books available, and then you just donate what you can. You can literally put a quarter, in there and walk away with some books or materials. And then also go to some, what are they called? When people are selling their furniture and clothes. Yes, you can go there on the weekends, right? And they have a lot of stuff there too. Another place that's good too, are those storage facilities. Sometimes when people don't pay their storage fees, there's so much valuable information that's left in those storage units And books would probably be a little bit on the inexpensive side, okay, versus a couch or something like that. But there's many opportunities to get books, and just put it out there to people that you know. People will be happy to allow you to have their books. I know personally, I used to love the Babysitters Club, and I had the whole series. That was just my thing. Every time a new Babysitters Club book came out, I just purchased it. And of course, when I got older, I didn't need it anymore. And there was a young girl who was wanting to become an author, and she wanted to major in marketing communications. And I gave her all those books, you know? So sometimes it's just about talking to people and just letting them know. And then people are happy to donate to you. But basically, Birmingham Bible Church is sponsoring a summer reading program. There will be a winner. All right, so those who are competitive for the pre-K to second grade group. Then there's another group, the 3rd through 5th grade group, and then 6th through 8th, and then lastly, the 9th through 12th grade group, okay? So the winners for each group is the person who submits the most summaries, and they will receive a prize. So definitely, one cool thing about this too is, I tell people, why not participate in 2 summer groups, okay? So we have one here where you're writing down your summaries for each book that you participate in, and I'm going to show you another one too. Those same books can be used for the other one. But this one is totally free, and so you can register online at bhambc.org. All right, and if you have any questions or need additional information, you can also send them an email at read@bhambc.org. This is already kicked off already, so you got to hurry up and catch up, guys, if you're just now starting. But it started June 6th, and it goes into August 1st. So you still have plenty of time to be in the competition. So those same books, like I was mentioning, can be used for the Birmingham Public Library 2021 Summer Learning Program, okay? No registration is required here. You just stop by any of their 18 library locations. So you know one that's closest to you. You just pick up a pledge card to read, okay? And they're also offering 14 virtual craft programs for patrons of all ages. This is pretty cool. They have a grab and go craft kit containing supplies needed to do all the activities. Again, just stop by at the desk, let them know, hey, you're interested in the pledge card. You need one of those for the summer reading program, but then also you need a grab and go kit. Okay, so you have plenty of fun things that you can do at your house. This is free, and then I have the website down here for more information. So Black Millionaires of Tomorrow. So this is a good one here as well. I always put this down in a lot of my presentations. And I do this because it's just very important that we teach our children financial literacy. The school system does not prepare our kids properly in this area. So it's up to us as parents to make sure they have this knowledge. Dr. Boyce Watkins has created an easy to understand financial series for children in elementary, middle school, and high school. He has books or workbooks that you see here on this particular slide that actually caters to each level of age children. So get your child on track to becoming a millionaire. All right. And people say, oh, a millionaire. You know, there are a lot of millionaires in this country. There's no reason why your child cannot become one. As long as they learn the principles and we start practicing them daily, man, they will have the best financial habits and they'll know what to do when they become adults. The reason why a lot of us didn't have what we needed as adults because we didn't have the knowledge as kids and we weren't practicing those financial habits early as kids. But if they are practicing them now, they'll just be second nature to them, okay? And then so these workbooks teach them about money, investing, and stocks. So check it out. They do have a sale right now. They are $39, pretty much $40 per workbook. And you can go online and purchase that at blackfinancialliteracystore.com. And Powernomics. So definitely another one that I have to put down. This is a book, again, that I can vouch for. This book is a must-have for all Black people, for our Black kids. It is the National Plan to Black Empowerment. Give your child the historical data and economic plan that they need to be successful in this life. You know, we're teaching them about math, we're teaching about science, social studies, but we're not teaching them about economics. And everything that we do in life is about economics. It has the economic component to it. You're like, oh, Nicole, how does, riding a bicycle or driving in your car, what does it have to do with economics? Everything from producing the bike, from producing the bike, where it can take you for a job to make money, is, even a car, how much did it cost to create that car, jobs that were created to create that car. Everything has an economic component to it, food, everything. It doesn't matter what it is. So we have to teach these kids how that relates to them while they're young, and then also learning how to support each other to build up the Black community. And so books are available for purchase either individually or in a package. If you get it in a package, it's actually cheaper. And they even have DVDs available as well. And I personally speak to Dr. Claude Anderson's wife on a monthly basis. Very lovely people, very passionate and sincere about wanting our community to flourish. And so just having these books for your kids is kind of like the financial Bible. It's kind of how I look at it. It's a must-have to be a part of your book collection. So go to powernomics.com and purchase that today. Volunteer opportunities. So volunteering to me is a big component as well that kind of completes your child's whole 360 of life. I know when I was younger, a lot of colleges were looking to see if you had volunteer experience. That was a big deal, and it's still a big deal even today. So one thing I encourage kids to do if they're out working or, participating in all these coding classes, things of that nature, get out and volunteer. Not only is it going to help you with your applications or possibly to get scholarships, but it's also just rewarding. You see this little girl here digging. She's learning. She's learning about the earth. She's learning about planting. She's learning about the cycle of life, right? She's also with people that she loves. So there's a lot of nurturing going on, a lot of time to bond. And sometimes you can bond with people that you normally wouldn't. If you volunteer with homeless individuals or younger children, it's just a great way to give back. And when you give back, you always get more in return. So we definitely want our youth to start learning the importance of volunteering while they're young. So this would be something that, again, they'll continuously do, and it'll be second nature to them as they get older. So I put Children's Fresh Air Farms. This is a very unique opportunity for your children to give back for a good cause. So this particular nonprofit organization, they equip and empower children through summer camps. They even have a lot of programs throughout the year. But in particular, they do offer a summer camp where hundreds of kids come to their particular farm to learn and strengthen their relationship through God through retreats. So their retreats are all held outdoors. And they have 96 garden plots and light projects around the farm that they need assistance with, all right? So you can go to their website, sign up to become a friend of the farm, or join their garden group. But look at their websites on there. Listen to these students and how much fun that they have. They love it there. They said the gardens are so pretty. They're so unique. It's a great time for them to bond. It's also healthy too, right? During this COVID environment, everybody's going to be outside, so you don't have to worry about any indoor exposure to anything. But it's just really great to be able to give back, and then to also participate in keeping the grounds beautiful, as well as planting fruits and vegetables and plants. So now we're going to talk about some resources. Isn't he cute? He's so adorable with his bow tie. So the Undefeated. Again, this is stuff here that you can just do in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to physically go anywhere. There's no online classes. This is just something you and your family, your kids can together go through to learn about. So what is the Undefeated? Well, these are the 44 African Americans who shook up the world. All right, so these are going to be our top 44 Black people, which is pretty awesome. And these are going to be Black Americans who are dreamers, who are doers in history, who are geniuses, innovators, record breakers, and who represent symbols of pride and aspiration. We want our students to be able to see successful Black people who look like them. Again, to reinforce that confidence, to let them know that they can go after their dreams and accomplish greatness Black is excellence, and we want that to be the standard. So definitely check that out. Of course, everything that I'm showing you is free, so you don't have to register or pay anything or sign up for a free trial. The website is here, and I put one of the innovators here, which is Shirley Chisholm. So you kind of see the format, how it's laid out. They'll have the photo, they'll have the name, their title, the dates that they were living, or the dates that they performed. What did they do? They'll go into a brief description of what they did. But this is a great time for your kids and a fun way for them to learn about Black history. The Zen Education Project. They promote and support the teaching of Black, not just Black, but of people's history in classrooms across the country. All right, for more than 10 years, the Zen Education Project has introduced students to a more accurate, complex, and engaging understanding of history than is found in traditional textbooks and curriculum. And I think that's very important, especially right now with several states wanting to ban critical race theory. We want to make sure that our students receive the most accurate depiction of history as possible. This is going to be definitely something that's going to be up to parents to do. We should have always been doing this because, you know, Black History Month is the shortest month of the year, and we really don't cover all the great people in Black history, just kind of the same ones, which is fine, but just the same people. So we have to make sure that as parents, we're giving, again, the 360-degree experience to our children on, I say Black history because I'm Black, but it doesn't matter what race you are, especially specifically for your race. And then, of course, inform them about every other race as well, so that way we can, you know, have that global experience. But definitely check them out. The site provides them with accurate and missing historical data that's not shown in school textbooks. And again, it's free, and they have a lot of exciting resources. So not only are you just learning about a particular subject, because you can actually you sort it by an era, like the dates in history, or like you see here, this picture is talking about reparations. If you want something a little bit more current in the news, you can do that. And they have associated resources available. So maybe there's some printouts, there's some videos, but nothing is alike. They're all different. So it's sure to keep your little ones engaged. And here's some more additional resources. So if you want a list, because I could include everything here, but if you want a list about summer camp information, definitely go to Birmingham Summer Camps. I know they have more music camps available out there, dance camps as far as ballet. They have a lot of that available as well. Birmingham events, go to birmingham365.org. This will help you find current events in your area, education-related programs, and arts and cultural happenings in Central Alabama. So that's always nice to take a part of. Then Girl Scouts. I was a Girl Scout back in the day. My mom was actually a troop leader. We had so much fun. So I definitely recommend your child or your girl becoming a Girl Scout. And they have magic camps happening right now, Girl Scout parties, online activities. They have an upcoming annual conference in August that you can participate in, and much, much more. Boy Scouts of America, they have a lot going on too. Visit their website, but they have national youth leadership training happening, resident camp, and summer camps. And then Boys and Girls Club. This is another go-to really good source for free activities, okay? So usually there's not a cost associated with Boys and Girls Club. Register for one that's in your local area, and then ask them about events that are still available, because a lot of them are probably waitlist at this point. So that is what I have. But I want to just thank you guys, and also just wanted to share those ways for you to keep in touch with me. So I'm on Facebook and YouTube at Just Ask Nicole Podcast. This is my phone number here and my email address. But it has been a pleasure speaking with you today.
Well, Nikki, I tell you what, you have gone above and beyond with this presentation. Listen, I live right here in Birmingham, and I was like, we got that?
That's awesome.
No, this was great. And I love just the various options
Yes.
that you saw that, you could do something, that's in person, but there's a
Hmm.
lot of virtual things that are out there. We just actually stumbled up on a virtual chess club, and I didn't
Nice.
know that was, yeah, I just kind of Googled, and but no, this was great, and I like how
Thank
even
you.
some of the camps that you talked about targeted certain interests. So if you got
Yes.
a kid who is interested in law, or who's interested in coding or engineering, there's just so much out there that I didn't know, that we don't know about. And
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you do this for a business, but I'm gonna tell you this will be a great idea if people contacted you and said, "Hey, I live in California. Can you search what's in my area and you charge for it?" Man, this
Yeah.
was great. This was very
Thank
detailed.
you.
This
Thank you.
this was awesome, and that's a good point you said about even contacting your local colleges.
Yes.
I didn't know about that because I know we have, I know UAB of Birmingham does a lot of stuff, but you're
Hmm.
right, maybe looking at some of these other colleges
Right.
and see if they offer specified camps. That was great. And I want to let all of our viewers know that I did, as quickly as I could, cut and paste and kind of what you talked about as you were talking about it. But
Okay.
some of our viewers just said, "Oh man, I wish I had all that in one place." You can email me and I
Yes.
can give y'all just the listing, not the PowerPoint. Not gonna give you the PowerPoint, but she Nicole did email me a listing of all of the websites. If
Yes.
you want that listing, you can email me at ladypam@tcowi.org. So email me at ladypam@tcowi.org. Nikki, just a very few brief questions. So one
Sure.
thing is, I noticed what I used to do with my children is that, trying to make sure they stay just really educated in their certain areas of math or whatever. Do you
Hmm.
know of
Hmm.
any resources? Normally, I would just kind of print some out, like if it's math, print out some math worksheets. Do you know of anything that can kind of stop that brain from functioning during the summer?
Yes, no, and that's important. That's why I kind of mentioned it earlier too about the brain drain. That is a real thing. It's just not a little cliche. And so, yes, we want to have fun stuff for our kids, but we also want to have educational resources for them. So I love the fact that you are printing those resources out for them. And I do know some workbooks out there. One is actually called Spectrum. Okay, it's the Spectrum series, and it's sold at Office Depot. And of course, you can get that on Amazon.com. It's used by a lot of homeschool parents and is highly recommended. They have workbooks in language arts, math, reading, science, writing, and it's really good and it's very affordable. Usually, each workbook costs about $12. So that's something that you can pick up at your local Office Depot. And then every day you can have your child turn to a different page and work on those pages. And then, of course, you as a parent can go behind them, check it, just make sure everything's fine. And then educate them where maybe there were some missed opportunities there. So that way going forward, they will get those correct. But yeah, I think that the Spectrum series would be great.
Spectrum series. Okay, great. Okay, I'm gonna go get that today. And
Awesome.
then another question. I know, and I actually have someone who's going to go into more in depth. I think later on this year. But do
Okay.
you know of any scholarships that children can apply for who are in high school, I guess, or seniors?
Oh yeah, and they have a lot of scholarships available for seniors. Um, Two places for sure that I would recommend, just off the top of my head, that you can go to find out where scholarships are available is going to scholarships.com, and that's scholarships.com, and then also fastweb.com.
Hmm.
And usually people know FastWeb where they're trying to apply for grant money and all of that, but they also show you scholarships that are available. Um, Two other ones that I do know about, and I sometimes post this on Facebook as I receive them, but there is a $5,000 HBCU scholarship happening right now where this particular organization is giving away 20 of them. So they're going to give away $100,000. And it's Chicago Football Classic.org. And again, that's chicagofootballclassic.org. I know you're probably like, oh, that sounds exciting. But you don't have to live in Chicago. You don't have to play football. But that's where you get the information. What the requirements are is that you do have to be Black. You do have to, you should have graduated as a high school senior, have a GPA of 2.5. And you will need two letters of recommendation is what they traditionally ask for. And then, of course, with this particular scholarship, you must attend an HBCU. So you do that, submit everything, and you are in the drawing to get a $5,000 HBCU scholarship. That's one of them. Another one, and this is another thing too, another great tip to do is check with all of the D9 organizations out there. They usually offer scholarships. So the Zeta Phi Beta Sigma, they have a scholarship where they are sending one lucky person to Africa. So they're going to send them to the diaspora to be educated for 4 years. And the name of that college is Academic City University College, but everything's going to be paid for. It's a full ride. It normally costs $10,000 per year to go to that college. So this is a $40,000 scholarship. Again, the student has to be, African American. They have to be a high school graduate. This one's asking for 3.5 GPA. A high school transcript must be submitted, and that community service. They want to see what you're doing in the community. That's really big. But yeah, you definitely can get in touch with them. And they don't have a website because I didn't receive that as a website. But they do have an email address that you can submit it to. So for the ladies, you can send your request if you have any questions about the scholarship or if you need to submit your application to them. Send it to Ghana Zetas 1920 at gmail.com. Again, it's Ghana Zetas 1920 at gmail.com. And then for the men, it's going to be Ghana Sigmas at gmail.com. All right. And they'll be able to point you in the right direction on how to get everything submitted for that opportunity. But anytime you can get a 4-year scholarship, I say go for it. And how cool is that to be able to study in the motherland? So that's pretty awesome.
Exactly. That's awesome. And for those of you who don't know what D9 is, that's the sororities. I know some people don't know sororities in your fraternities, your Megas, your Deltas, your AKAs. So a lot of times they do offer scholarships. I remember I received scholarship. I believe it was from the Deltas. I got a scholarship in high school from them. So,
very nice.
So yeah, so they do give out scholarships. So no, that's great. And then
I did have one more thing I wanted to say about the scholarship, if you don't mind. Yeah. I wanted to also say, check with your kids, check with your parents' company. Okay, a lot of companies are wanting to do something in the community and they love to do things for their employees. I know for Fortune 500 companies, they're always advertising scholarships anyway. All right. But I definitely say check with them to see if they offer any scholarship opportunities through the Fortune 500 companies or through your parents' organization that they're with, that they work for.
Awesome. And then I think this is our last question, if you don't mind, Nicole.
Okay. No, go for it.
And so are there any resources for children, I guess, one who want to start a business? I know our children pre-COVID, they have this cookie business. And so there was a children's business, I forgot the name of it, children's business fair. There was an organization and children who want to start a business or have a business. They attended meetings. They talked about everything from marketing, advertising, how to develop a budget. And that was really cool. And so is there anything for that? And also just for teenagers who want to get a job this summer, job fairs or whatever. Do you know of anything like that?
Well, I know for just off the bat about jobs, because especially for our kids, if they want to do anything in a service related profession, they should not have a problem with finding a job. If they're having a problem finding a job right now, that means the attitude's not on point. They're not showing up on time. They're not dependable, because people are hiring everywhere like crazy. I know particularly some locations, business locations, have shortened their hours because they can't find enough workers. So I don't think finding a job would be a problem. So have them check online for companies like Indeed. simply hired, snag a job. And then also, I just say have them dress nicely and then just go, door to door. If you have a main street and there's some companies out there that they're interested in, just have them walk in and say, hey, I'm looking for
Say it again, Nikki. You may be muted or can you
even
hear?
if somebody wasn't thinking about hiring, the fact that you showed initiative like that, sometimes people will make opportunities for you or let you know firsthand of upcoming opportunities that's on the horizon. Maybe there's a job requisition that hasn't been released yet that's up and coming. They don't even have to put that out there. They say, you know what, I had this really nice young man who showed up 2 weeks ago. I'm going to reach out to him. So I told kids to take that initiative. People love that. Also, is teaching them about sales. Is again helping them with their confidence. But yes, so that's on the job situation. Another thing too is the city of Birmingham mayor's office. They actually had a spring, I think it was like a job fest. It was like kids and jobs program where they were teaching them how to dress, teaching them about the resume, creating resumes, things of that nature, getting them sponsored with certain companies who registered to be a part of that program. Now that time frame has passed. However, I don't take no for an answer. Some of these opportunities today, I still reach out to the director and say, hey, do you guys have space available? I know the deadline was blah, 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 but do you still have space available? Reach out to the city of Birmingham mayor's office. Let them know what you're looking for. Let them know you're a voter. Let them know you're a taxpayer, right? Do they have any opportunities for you? And they may have some opportunities. They may still have a client that they never were able to staff for, so definitely check that out. Now, on the entrepreneurial side, ID Tech that I mentioned earlier, I forgot to tell you guys, but Damon John, the gentleman who did FUBU and who's on Shark Tank, he actually has an entrepreneurial class on ID Tech. So go the ID Tech on his idtech.com, but he has an entrepreneurial class. So definitely check that out for sure. And I mean, he's amazing, so he'll tell you exactly what you need to know. And I know my daughter here, if I can go through my cell phone real quick, I registered her for an opportunity, a local opportunity, but it was happening in every major city. So of course, at that time, I didn't check if it was Birmingham or not, because some of it was money associated with it. But for whatever reason, the city of Waco, they found a sponsor. So it was all free for people who register, but it's an entrepreneurship program where they're actually sending boxes to the children. And so she's going to be selling cake pops next month. But it's kind of like what you were talking about as well with the cookie, where they're teaching them everything about marketing, sales, social media. They're teaching them about business plans. They're teaching them this whole structure about how to start a business. So I think that's going to be awesome. And if I don't want to do that now, so I don't waste your time, but I'll find his information and I'll double check to see if it's if they have it in Birmingham, and I'll email it to you. So that way, when people reach out to you for that list, we can include that too.
Okay, awesome. Well, Nikki, we're definitely going to reshare this broadcast because this was awesome. This was so good. I've actually wrote down a couple things that we're actually going to get our children involved in. I did that last year. Last year when you did the homeschooling thing for us, I went back and I was watching the video again and writing it down because it was so great. It was really good information. This was awesome.
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
much. And I left your last screen up there for a while so people can also contact you.
Okay.
If they so choose to, so you can work with them on a more personal level. And so I'm just going to go through a few brief announcements. Don't sign off just yet, and we'll come back at the very end.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right, everyone. So we just have a few announcements for today as we go into the rest of this week. It is year 2021, and we are believing that God is going to reconstruct everything in your life. So this year for Birmingham Bible Church is Reconstruction 2021. And then on July the 4th, we are having our Juneteenth Sunday. We are celebrating the liberation and the freedom of slaves from years ago, since 1865. And so we're going to celebrate with a free cookout. Wear your African attire. We have Nikila. She's going to be actually having shirts available. So if you want shirts before that day, please see her. You can direct messenger her, or you can text her at 205-915-7989. And of course, you can watch us on all of our social media outlets, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram. And you can go to our website at bhambc.org, and you can watch us that way as well. We also have an app available so that you can get all of the messages, that you can get all, not only the messages and the videos that go forth, but you can also get information about what's going on at Birmingham Bible Church. And so all you have to do is go to your app store and locate My Sunday, which is one word, and then locate Birmingham Bible Church. That's all it is. And then if you want to receive text messages from Birmingham Bible Church, you need to text BBCWW to this number, 94253. So text BBCWW to 94253, and you can receive text messages as well. We have a business directory. This is free of charge, y'all. Go to our website at bhambc.org. Go all the way to the bottom, click on a business directory, and then fill in your information. It is free. You will actually not only be a part of the church's business directory, but you will be a part of a Christian national database. And so there's over 50,000 other businesses that are in there. So it's a great opportunity to showcase your business to the world. And of course, today we heard from Nicole Ivory, did a wonderful, awesome, just magnificent job on summer programs in the Birmingham area, and also how you can locate the ones in your area. And so on next week, we have Miss Veronica Nard. She's our organizational highlight. So she's going to tell us things that she is going to be doing and things that she is doing through her organization. So make sure you're watching. And also you can go back and share all of these Winning Wednesdays. You can go back and watch them. They stay up there forever. And then tomorrow we have our small group, Life Healing Choices. One correction, one special note. Make sure you pay attention to this. Instead of it starting at 7, it is starting at 6 o'clock. So we are starting at 6 o'clock on tomorrow. 6 o'clock on tomorrow, Central Standard Time is the last session for this particular curriculum. So it's going to be powerful. So make sure you join. If you have not joined before and need that Zoom ID information, please contact us at 205-451-7866. And then we are having our virtual ladies pajama party. So excited about that. It is this Friday, June the 25th at 7 o'clock p.m. I have two wonderful, great people. Our theme is Hair Care is Our Self-Care. They're going to teach us and tell us how to get our hair healthy from the inside out. So we have a nutritionist, Dr. Larissa Strapp, and then we have Shannon Smith. She owns her own hair salons. They're in Atlanta, Georgia. She has her own hair products, so she's going to talk to us as well. So no need to sign up. It's going to be shown on all of our social media outlets, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And then, of course, Pastor Mason is continuing the series, The Church That Jesus Built, every Sunday at 11 a.m. But prior to that, our children also have Children's Hour at 10 a.m. If you need information on that, please let us know. Email ladypam@tcowi.org. And also, we have Story Time with Pastor Mason tonight with the children. That's at 6 o'clock p.m. If you need that information, it's the same email address, ladypam@tcowi.org. And then every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m., we have our prayer call. Very powerful things have happened. A lot of prayers have been answered through this prayer call. So that number is 515-604-9324, and the access code is 381179. So please make sure you are telling everybody that you know about all of these events. We need each one of y'all to reach somebody to let them know everything that is going on in Birmingham Bible Church. Thank you so much for all those who have done so. We have people who are watching from all over because of you. So we are thankful for that. And then thankful for your gifts, your tithes, your offerings. You help support 11 children in Haiti. We have now 11 sponsored children in Haiti. And so because of that, your gifts go towards food, medical supplies, counseling, educational needs, and their physical growth as well. We also are believing God for debt-free ministry. So we continue to believe God for our land, our future, believing that God has land for us so that we can continue to do things even on a more in-person level. So thank you for that as well. That's all we have. Please have an awesome week. We've covered everything. And so thank you so much, Nikki, for joining us on
Most definitely.
today.
Thank you.
Yes, this was so good. You never disappoint. Great information. We're gonna reshare it. Any closing remarks we have for you?
I just want to say thanks again for this opportunity, and I just pray that the parents will utilize this information, take advantage of it. A lot. Sometimes there are so many programs and scholarship money out there that just goes unused, and it's for us. God has everything out there that we need to be successful, but it's still us to put that action behind it and go after it. Go after your kids' dreams as well. And once they see that you're believing in them and then you have their back, man, the sky's the limit. And they'll definitely thank you later on in life. And it's just rewarding just to see them accomplish great things. So I just want to thank you again for allowing me to be able to share this information.
Thank you so much. And you're right. As parents, we have to invest in our children. So thank you so much for reminding us to do that. Thank you. Well, that's all we have, everyone. Thank you, Miss Nikki. And y'all have a great rest of your week. Please sign
All
your
right.
patient up.
Thank you. All right. Have a good